Well, hello, it's Wednesday, and that means it's Q&A, a question and answer session here live in this group. Thank you very much if you have joined me live now to watch this. If you have, do say hello to me on social media so that I can see that you're joining. But if you're watching this on catch up, then I hope you find it really helpful. So as I mentioned last time when I did one of these lives, I sent out a questionnaire and I asked people what questions they had about this life stage that they would like me to answer. Sorry, I look a bit sweaty, don't I? I've been out for a lovely run this morning and here in Kent it's gloriously sunny. And so I've taken the questions and my intention is to answer one or two of those questions each week, wherever possible. So here's the question for today. Exercise makes me exhausted and hungry. Where am I going wrong? Most of the people who are in my Facebook group have an interest in fitness. They're open to the idea of exercise, and therefore when I talk about exercise, they don't jump down my throat. But occasionally, when I talk about exercise in other Facebook groups, I get some really snappy responses. I'm overweight, I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I'm not sleeping. Why the hell would I embark on exercise? And so I can understand that if it's not something that you've embraced at this time of your life, if I told you what would make a real difference, you'd say, nah, I'm not interested. So I hope that by virtue of the fact that you're here, you're open-minded. So the first thing to think about is that everything that worked from our 20s up until now stops working. So exercise sessions that were an hour or an hour and a quarter, they're no good. Low calorie foods, they're no good. Going on to some kind of restricted eating regime, that's no good. In fact, everything that was working is now wrong. And it takes a while for you to get your head around the fact that what I'm going to suggest you do is so different. It's so counterintuitive from that which has been drummed into you for so long that you probably have to think by starting with one element of what I'm going to say. So first of all, the first element is think about moving every day. I use the term armchair athlete. So that means that this person gets up off their chair, metaphorical chair, and they do 3 exercise sessions a week, 3 1-hour slots. Well, there's 24 hours a day, and there's 7 days in a week. And if they are under the assumption that getting up and doing some kind of exercise for 3 hours a week is going to help, sadly, they are misguided, because actually it's how much movement you do throughout the day as a starting point that starts to make a difference. So the girls who have just finished my 6-week program, I asked them to make sure that they committed to walking 20 minutes a day. It could be 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. It could be 10 in the morning and 10 at lunchtime. It could be 10 at lunchtime and 10. You get the idea. Commit to doing 20 minutes a day, because actually everybody can do that. You might not want to do it, but by starting now in these beautiful summer months, you're setting yourself up for success. So that's the first thing I suggested that they do. The idea of this is that it will start to build muscle throughout your body, but this walking is mindful. It's getting out and noticing nature, listening to the birds. And the offset of that is that it brings down your fight or flight levels, which we are all noticing are elevated. Anxiety is a big thing for us, and doing movement that reduces that anxiety is a real plus point for getting exercise right. So the first thing that I would say on your journey here is to say, okay, I'm going to commit to 20 minutes walking a day. Whether you're on holiday, whether you're away for a romantic weekend, whether it's your birthday, whatever you're going to do, you're going to commit to that every day. And then I'm going to suggest that you stop thinking about calories. Really? That you stop having low calorie everything, and that you start embracing the idea of thinking as food as something that nourishes you and enables you to do the kind of movement and exercise you want to do. And again, we've all been brought up for so long to have low calorie yogurt, low fat butter, low calorie this, that and the other. And that now is counterintuitive because it doesn't keep you full up and it doesn't nourish you. So instead of thinking like you used to think, start to think, have I got protein at every single meal? And we have 3 meals a day. What protein is there in my breakfast? I don't know about you, but lunch for years and years and years used to be very low in protein. It might be a couple of Rivitas. It might be a salad or something. And we think, oh, that's lovely. It's a nice salad at lunchtime. But there's no protein there. And protein keeps you satiated, full up. So start to look at your meals and think, is there protein in every single meal? And then to embrace the idea of the snack. Now, believe it or not, years ago when we said just eat at every meal, snacking might actually be helpful for you. Now, a snack isn't a Mars bar. It could be some carrot sticks with hummus. It could be a boiled egg, a hard-boiled egg. It might be, I don't know, a little bit of cottage cheese and a date. But a snack mid-morning and mid-afternoon helps prevent your blood sugar dropping. And also, if it's protein-based, it stops you feeling starving. So we start with walking. Then we introduce the idea of healthier, not low-fat food and making sure you've got protein at every meal. And then finally, once you've got those things underway, you can start to take a gently critical look at your exercise. Again, everything was an hour, wasn't it? Go to a workout, bums and tums, everything was for an hour. How about I say to you now that you exercise for 30 minutes? You could even break that down into a movement snack or an exercise snack of 15 minutes. So instead of dreading that whole 1 hour workout, you're looking forward to something because it's only 30 minutes. Now, there are different types of exercise that are important. We need to include strength exercise in our week. We need to include something that makes you puff. So that could be gardening, it could be walking, it could be swimming or cycling or anything, dancing, something that makes you puff. But also we need to include something restorative. And that's where that 10 minutes, 20 minutes walk can come in, because it can be your restorative movement, the calm you down movement. So if you are somebody who says, okay, I want to exercise, and that's your primary goal, my suggestion is that you look at what type of exercise you're doing and thinking, what am I doing and where does it fit into those 3 slots? Where's my strength? Where's my cardio? Where's my restorative? And the online fitness classes that we do, the live timetable, fit every single class fits into one of those boxes, so that we carefully take you on a journey. If you've always loved strength, we're trying to get you to think about restorative. If you've always loved yoga, we're trying to bring in the strength. If you've avoided anything that makes you puff because you think it's dangerous, then we're bringing that in for you at a level that's right for you. But it may be you've got classes you already go to, and that if we were having a one-to-one chat, I'd be saying, you're doing too much. You're doing too much and you're not eating enough. So to the person who says exercise makes me exhausted and hungry, where am I going wrong? The very simple answer is you could be overtraining and under-eating. And we can all take a long, hard look at our lifestyle and see what small tweaks we can make that will actually make you feel so much better, less exhausted, and end up getting better sleep. And so I hope that's been really helpful. What if you want my help? Of course, it's here. My next online program starts in September. It's called Move Over Menopause. And that is a modular program that works on 4 different modules. In fact, in September, we're starting with the anxiety or how not to be anxious module. And so I will be letting people know a little bit more about that. But of course, my online fitness classes, the live ones, which are also available on demand, they will happen all the way through the summer. And for somebody who just wants to bring one element of fitness, the strength perhaps, into your week, there is an off the peg, off the shelf abs, arms and arse course that you can buy, a 4-week course that you can follow through on your own as many times as you want it. So I hope that that helps you and gives you some ideas about how to put into practice the things that are perhaps missing for you all to give you the best results from what you're doing. Because you know what? We're too far down the line to hate the exercise we're doing, hate the food that we're eating, and hate the life that it means you have to live. I want you to be living the life that is full and abundant of things that make you happy and smile. Have a good rest of your day. Do pop any questions or messages to me in the tag below, and I will try and answer them as soon as I can. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.